So you're thinking about moving to Los Angeles in 2025. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all this entire video, alright? It's not just rent that you gotta be worried about. There's hidden fees, lifestyle tax. Everybody loves to flex the palm trees and the sunsets out here, but they always conveniently forget to mention the 5-figure cost of starting from zero. So today I'm gonna be breaking down for y'all the full cost of moving to Los Angeles in 2025, down to every last dollar. If you got dreams of moving to LA, this finna be your wake-up call. So I'm gonna start off with the obvious. Just the initial rent and moving costs actually getting here. So typically speaking, you need to up the first and last plus a security deposit between $600 and $2,000. I'm gonna just say $1,500 for the purpose of this video. For simplicity purposes, I'm just gonna say your rent's $2,500, average is like maybe $2,300, $2,400. So that means we're at $6,500 for just your first and last month's rent, as well as the security deposit you're gonna have to drop. Well, next we'll just put a number on your U-Haul, your moving truck, or your flight, wherever you're coming from. Even if you're coming with nothing, you probably have to fly in here, right? I'm just saying another $1,000 for that. Again, that varies wildly depending on where you're coming from, but I'm just put another $1,000 for that. Then whenever you're getting an apartment here, there's gonna be application fees and shit. Again, it's nothing too significant, but again, it is a cost I have to mention. I'm just put $150 for that. So before you even unpack a box or worry about any running costs or anything like that, you're already at around $8,000. The next thing you have to worry about is furnishing your apartment. If you're moving from a different state, you're probably not breaking everything with you. Or if you're moving out of your parents' house, it's probably their furniture. You probably have to buy new shit, you know what I'm saying? A bed frame and mattress can be anywhere from $500 to $2,000, again, depending on who you are, what you want. Couches are way more expensive than I thought. They're like $2,000, $3,000 brand new. But again, you can find those used for like $300, $400, right? Or dining table and chairs. Again, there's some good deals on Amazon, but if you want some quality shit, again, that can cost upwards of $1,000 as well. TVs, TV stand, again, brand new TVs are $1,000, but again, you can find used ones for $200, $300 that are still in great condition. Your kitchen stuff, again, pots, pans, plates, cleaning supplies, that's probably another $300, $400. Decor, rugs, mirrors, lighting, again, depending on who you are. I like a simpler layout, but even at that, you know, you're still spending $500 on little shit like that. So again, I'm gonna say furnishing costs. I'm gonna say you gotta set aside another $2,500, $3,000 to furnish the apartment. The next thing you gotta worry about is transportation. If you're bringing a car from elsewhere, then the cost of the car isn't gonna be included here. You do need a car. Like, there's no way you're taking public transport everywhere you go. You do need a car out here. You're gonna hate your life if you don't have a vehicle. And again, cars in LA are more expensive than in any other state, and there's higher taxes. And pro tip, you want to trade in a car here. Typically, when you trade in a car, you get the tax savings, right? So let's say you're trading in a $20,000 car to buy a $30,000 car. The balance is $10K that you owe. Let's say you paid off the $20,000 car, so you don't be paying $10K plus tax, right? When you trade in a car in California, the $20K car is used as a down payment on the $30,000 car you're buying. So let's say that car is $30,000 plus tax, $34,000. You're still paying $14,000 instead of $10K plus tax, which would be about $11,000, right? So that's just something you guys have to be careful of, right? Just pro tip I'm putting in here. I'm just gonna assume you already have a car. The main cost here is the running cost of the vehicle. Car insurance in LA County is like double the price of anywhere else, right? So expect to pay $400 or $500 for full coverage depending on who you are. If you're above 25, then maybe expect to pay $300 maybe, and that's even with a good driving record. It will be much higher if you have any tickets or accidents or anything like that. Gas, again, premium gas is like $5 a gallon, and that's if you find a good deal. Some places it's up to $6. That's like another $400 a month depending on where you're going, how often you're driving. Parking too, if your building doesn't include it, that could be another $100 a month. And of course, maintenance. But again, maintenance on a car, that's very arbitrary. That could be whatever. I'm not even gonna include it. But again, I'll say generally just to exist in LA with a car, you need about $500 to $1,000 extra. Another ongoing cost you have to worry about is your utilities, right? And whatever your rent payment is, I'm gonna just say $2,500. Much lower if you have a roommate or whatever. Electricity plus gas, that could be another $150 a month. Wi-Fi, you have to have Wi-Fi. That's another $60, $70 a month depending on what kind of plan you get. Water, sewage, and trash. A lot of apartments don't even include that. That's another $40, $50, $60 a month depending on where you live at. And of course, streaming subscriptions are not mandatory, but everybody has them. That's probably another $40 or whatever. Your monthly operating costs just in housing before anything else, that could be another $2,800 to $3,000 on average, I'll say, if you're living by yourself in a 1-bedroom apartment. Next section, food. Depends on who you are, but the grocery stores and restaurants here, like, they have to pay extra taxes and fees because they're in California. So that cost gets transferred to you, the customer. Food is generally more expensive here than it is in any other state. Most of us eat out, but even if you're trying to be frugal, I'm gonna still say you need $600 a month on food. I'm gonna just put that number there, especially with this stupid tipping culture we have now. Health insurance, again, even if you have a full-time job, it's just subsidized, right? You're still responsible for like 30 to 40% of it. Some cases that 30 to 40% can still be a $200, $300 payment monthly, depending on what kind of coverage you get. If you're a freelancer, you're self-employed, then expect to pay $500, $600 a month for a good full coverage health insurance plan. The next thing you have to worry about, which is what I mentioned in the beginning of the video, is the lifestyle tax. Sales tax is like a minimum of 9.5% on everything, depending on the county you're at. Some counties is up to 10.25 to 11%, depending on where you live. Nightlife, drinks are $20. Getting into places can be $40, $50, sometimes $100. Uber rides are super inflated here. Gym memberships, restaurant inflation, right? Every restaurant is increasing their prices due to everything just becoming more expensive, right? That cost gets transferred back to you. I'm gonna categorize this as the cost of vibing. That's gonna be another $600, $700, $800 a month. So again, if you already have your own car, right, I'm gonna just assume so. If you're living by yourself, no roommate, I'm gonna say you need to be able to fuck up at least $6,000 a month to live here comfortably and have at least $10K for those initial furnishing and moving costs. So I'm not saying don't move out to LA, but just be ready to pay. If you come unprepared, the city's gonna eat your savings and your sanity. Cost of chasing your dreams is real, but if you budget properly, you can definitely thrive. If y'all enjoyed this video, subscribe. If y'all found this breakdown helpful, subscribe. I make videos like this just to keep it real about money, lifestyle, and hustle, especially for us Gen Z trying to make it in an expensive city. For planning your move, drop your questions down below. You feel me? I'll try to answer each one, but that'll be all for this one, y'all. Stay safe.